Kaspar Hauser, The Quiet Mystery of a Forgotten Boy. Close your eyes. Let your thoughts soften. Let the world around you slowly melt into silence. Tonight, we journey back to the year 1828, to a quiet street in the city of Nuremberg, Germany, where a boy appeared from nowhere. He could barely walk, barely speak. He held a letter, and his name, he said, was Kaspar Hauser. He claimed he had spent his entire life alone, in a dark cell, never seeing sunlight, never hearing another voice. This is not a legend. This is a real story, a quiet mystery from history, told slowly, for you to rest, to listen, to dream. It was a warm afternoon when people noticed him, a teenage boy, standing unsteadily, wearing odd clothing. In his hand was a sealed letter addressed to the captain of the local cavalry. He barely spoke, only repeating, "I want to be a cavalryman, like my father." He was taken to the police. There, he collapsed. He seemed exhausted, as if the world itself was too bright, too loud, too large. The letter said he had been raised in complete isolation, that he had never left a small dark room, that he had never seen the world, until now. Kaspar was placed in the care of a jailer and his family. He didn't know how to eat with utensils. He had never seen fire or mirrors. He feared loud sounds and sudden movement. And yet, he could write his name. He learned quickly. He showed signs of intelligence, but also deep emotional scars. He had strange dreams. He would wake up screaming or crying. He covered his ears when hearing music. It was all new, and it overwhelmed him. As Kaspar learned to speak, he shared small details. He had lived in darkness, with only a straw bed, fed by a hand that never showed a face. He had a wooden horse as his only companion. The voice that brought him food never spoke clearly. People began to wonder who had imprisoned him, and why. Was he a lost child, or part of a deeper secret? Kaspar was moved into the home of a schoolmaster, Georg Friedrich Daumer. There, he was taught reading, writing, arithmetic, and about the world. He began to paint and play music. He showed deep philosophical thought. His mind was curious and innocent, but he remained emotionally fragile. He was loved by some and mocked by others. Newspapers across Europe called him the boy from nowhere. One day, he was found with a wound on his head. He said a man had entered Daumer's house and struck him, warning him to stay silent. Was someone trying to silence him? To erase his story? Or was Kaspar lying, seeking attention? Doubt began to grow. Was he truly a victim, or part of a fabrication? Rumors began that Kaspar was of royal blood, that he was a prince hidden away for political reasons. His age matched a child supposedly lost by the House of Baden. His manner, his appearance, his intelligence. Some believed he was nobility. Court case was opened, but no proof ever surfaced. DNA testing was not yet a tool in those days. Over time, Kaspar was moved again, living with a series of caretakers. He became quieter, more reflective. He wrote in his journal, painted, and walked in gardens. He seemed peaceful, but never entirely at ease. He still had nightmares. He still spoke in riddles, and his past remained a shadow. In 1833, 5 years after his arrival, Kaspar was found in a garden, bleeding from a stab wound. He claimed a stranger lured him there and attacked him. He died 3 days later. In his coat pocket was a note, written in mirror writing. The message was cryptic, referencing MLO and suggesting he knew something important. But like the rest of his life, it answered nothing. Kaspar Hauser was buried in Nuremberg. His tombstone reads, "Here lies a riddle of his time. To this day, no one knows the truth. As you lie still, listening to the flicker of mystery. Let your thoughts rest. You do not need to solve this puzzle. You only need to feel the quiet. The story of Kaspar Hauser, a boy born from darkness and returned to it. Sleep well and dream gently.